Hey buds, we have ourselves a double header, and that's because we had a fun weekend shaking the dust off our mountain bikes and then photographing a local crit race. So yes, we're switching things up from our usual alt cycling programming, but all bikes deserve love, so let's get it.
So we got the big bikes out because we are going on a little mountain bike vacation in 1 week, and we haven't mountain biked for I think a year.
We haven't mountain biked consistently for like 2 years, so we have to remember how to do that.
All right, let's do it.
Mountain biking isn't something we do on this channel very often, and to be honest, I kind of fell out of love with these big full suspension bikes. But as I mentioned, we had an opportunity to go on a pretty special mountain biking trip. A week from this ride, we were headed to Quebec City, and we planned to ride some pretty amazing trail centers for 4 days straight, so we had to get shaken. Riding through the city is ridiculous on these bikes, but we're actually headed to a dirt pump track right now. And as this ride went on, I started to get more excited for Quebec City because those trails would be a lot bigger and a lot flowier than this. But then I was also thinking, will I just hang my bike up after? And if so, why do I feel that way? We have some amazing mountain biking in Ottawa, but I think I get hung up on a few things. For starters, I go back and forth on how purpose-built these bikes feel. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost cheating, and other times I'm marveling over what capabilities it unlocks. And then also, when I compare mountain biking to my other bikes, it feels more of a production. Things like driving out to trails, the extra gear, etc. There's trails I ride on both my full suspension bikes and my rigid all-terrain bikes, and not only is the experience different because of the underbiking element, but the ability to ride to and from the trails on a rigid all-terrain bike just gets me really excited. It feels a little more adventurous. All that said, I was having a blast on this bike, and it's kind of funny how I'm so hot and cold on this, but I'm curious what you think. Does anyone have similar feelings about owning different bikes like this? Let me know.
And that's that. Let me know what you think about this. I think yellow is the color that you have to earn. Blue or red, those are pretty neutral. I think people buy orange when you're sick, but yellow Gatorade is like, man, you're sweating.
Our next stop was that dirt pump track I mentioned, and wouldn't you know it, a pump track turns out to be a great place to see just how out of shape you really are. My bike is kind of overkill for this place, but it's still a good spot for practicing jumps and whatnot. Before taking my bike out of storage, I actually considered getting a hardtail mountain bike. I thought maybe that would make me want to go mountain biking more, but the trip we took in Quebec City reminded me why I bought a full suspension bike in the first place. We'll have those videos soon, but for now, let's get pumping.
Those are some exhausting camera skills. I don't know if I can clear that one.
You've done it in past years.
It's like a bike and a quarter length.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the classic like puck to flat,
Yeah.
just to see how that lip feels. You got. That's why you commit, or you don't, I guess.
Yeah.
I definitely should have committed more. It was dumb for me to think I could just test the waters by landing on top, and I guess that works for some jumps, but if you go slightly too quick, you're gonna case and almost go over your bars. One positive takeaway was I felt very little desire to keep on trying this. It seems like it's kind of the norm to be always pushing yourself and progressing, but it can make a ride feel like a project, and I think that contributed to some of the mountain bike burnout I was feeling. This is not to say I don't like progressing my skill on a bike, but I think taking a break helped me redefine what I want out of a ride on these big bikes.
Cheers. Oh, you can't touch it though. Cheers. I lost the battle, friends.
The following day is an event that I look forward to every year. It's a crit race, it's intense, and I'm right at home on the sidelines with my camera. We were watching people corner and my friend said, I wish I trusted anything as much as these racers trust their tires. He's not wrong. If you haven't been to a crit race before, the athleticism is off the charts and they're a ton of fun to watch unfold.
You want some ice?
Watching the bike races, oh my gosh, it's fucking popping off. Like, follow, subscribe.
There you go.
You heard the man. The races were indeed popping off, and look at how fast these riders can take this climb. I think this was almost 50 minutes into this race, so they've done it a ton of times by this point too. I find photographing a crit race is a ton of fun, and before anyone leaves a comment about Lycra this or Carbon road bike that, these events are essentially a bike takeover, so all are welcome. I also love that they usually take place in an urban setting. I enjoy photographing the racers, but I love capturing the environment. This year I had two cameras on me, a Fuji X-T4 with a 50mm equivalent f1.4 lens, and then my handy dandy Fuji X100V. The Fuji X100V is the camera I grab the most still. I'm not a pro, it's so light and easy to carry on the bike, and I have it set in a way where most shots are good to go right out of the camera.
Well, that's a wrap on the Preston Crit, and nothing makes me hungrier than watching other people work really hard, so let's go get some food.